Hi everybody and welcome to the IAGC conference. In this video we are going to show you how as a participants you are going to run through the open space technology process. But before we move on, we want to wrap up with Elizabeth around our previous video.
Yeah, thank you, Jean-François. First, we are very happy to see you again, and maybe you have already seen our first video. If so, it's perfect. If not, here is a brief reminder of the general aspects. And after that, Jean-François will give you more details by showing you the files you have to use directly on his screen, if it works this time. First of all, yes, very seriously, a big thank you to the people who have already sent us their topics. It's very interesting, and I think you will have some difficulties to choose. And I think you will have to follow 2 or 3 topics because it's very, very interesting. And if you want, you can always suggest, you can still suggest a topic. Your proposal are, je vais la refaire celle-là aussi. Hein. You can always propose a topic. It's still possible. Tu vas couper. Hein? All you have to do if you are interested is that your subject is linked to the themes announced, which are healing and transformation, family and personal change, helping ourselves, helping others, health, education, and business. So, if you wish to suggest a subject, we will invite you to watch the second video. This one is more specifically for participants. The second one is intended for facilitators. And now the question is, I am a participant, what should I do? And now Jean-François will explain us in more details what you have to do.
Thank you. So as Elizabeth was saying, we really took the perspective of you being a participant and being there to participate in a generative conversation. So what do you do? So first, we would like to set again some frames around how to go through this process. And open space technology requires you to be aware of how we are going to go through this generative conversation from the technical side. So I'm going to share with you a few insights around this open space technology. So first, the principles of open space technology. Harrison Owen is the creator of open space technology, and he created that technique because he realized that usually the best conversations happen around a coffee break. And so he created a tool that reflects the spirit of coffee breaks. It's an open space for discussion, an open space for generative conversations. And to make that open space really generative, we follow some ground rules or frame of reference we want to follow during our process. So first, during the open space technology, you want to own the belief that the people who are in your group, who are in your generative conversation, are the good ones. It's not a matter of having more or less people. It's really owning the belief that these people are the right one for this conversation right now. So be at ease if there are many people, and be at ease also if there are not that many people. These people are the right ones. Anything you want to add, Elizabeth, around that?
Yes, maybe you can be alone, and it's okay. You are the right people, and it's the time for you to take this time for the subject you are interested in.
Right. Then you have to own the belief that what happens is what should have happened or what should happen. And that's really key here. You really want to be at ease around what's happening and be, as we know in generative work, um, that's interesting, welcome, something needs to be heard, something needs to be said. And it's really owning that kind of mindset around the dynamics of the group. Be at ease with what's coming and trust the process. Elizabeth?
Yes, and this belief, this mindset that what happens is what should happen, it's very comfortable, and it becomes a way of life also.
Mm. Yeah, that's a good one to have in life too. So then the third principle is that it starts when it starts. So basically, we start generative conversation around 7 uh, 7:45 each day. So it starts for 1 hour, but it's a minimum of 1 hour. So it starts when it starts. We know when it starts, but we don't know when it ends. So as long as you are contributing, as long as you find interest in the process, stay. But if you feel like you don't belong, like you don't contribute, or you're not interested in the conversation, you are also free to leave and go to another room, and you'll see how to find other rooms. Elizabeth?
Yes, and that's very incredible because very often people are so passionate about that topics that they want they won't leave, they
Mm,
want to stay, they want to speak, they want to share. It's about passion.
mm. So the passion is there, and the more you're connected to it, and the more the topic resonates with you and within the group, the more you want to spend time on it. And as Elizabeth was saying, uh, 60 minutes is just the minimum you want to stay. If you want to stay longer, please go, because what we want to create are ongoing generative conversations, and we hope that this conversation will last after the conference.
Absolutely. Yes, they can last a few months, years. We realized by creating this virtual space that you really will have access during months or years, and as long as you wish. So yes, there are ongoing conversations, as Jean-François said.
And our best hope is that this conversation will um, generate projects and
Absolutely.
teams to around the topic or around a project, so that really, again, our topic is preparing generatively for the post-crisis world. So we hopefully, as an IAGC community, will suggest and submit topics and projects to our world to make it a better place to belong to. So these are the principles for open space technology. Now, what we want to share with you is to know, once you are in a group, each group will create a report. And all the facilitators know how to write a report from our previous video. And now, what we want you to know is that in this report, we ask you and these facilitators to ask you your name, your address email, and that's exactly the meaning of us asking your email address, is that we want people to stay connected around the topic, around the project, for the ongoing generative conversation. So if you are to be asked your email address, it's for that purpose. We want to know who was there, and we want you to stay connected together. Elizabeth?
Yes, it will be very useful for you. Imagine you want to connect with people you are speaking with. You have to receive their address to keep in contact with them. So it's mainly for you, for the group, for the ongoing conversation and projects, maybe.
Exactly. And the main idea also about these reports are that we don't know yet how many conversations as we record this video. So we want everybody to have access to the core of what was shared during the generative conversation. So that's why we are asking you to write a report around the main ideas, the main key informations that were shared during the generative conversation, so that all the groups and all the people that were not attending your generative conversation can still have access
Yeah.
to what was shared.
Yeah. If you know the principle of the open space technology, you have the room where the big newspaper, you can read them. And that's exactly what we created in a virtual space. You will have access, sorry, to the big newspaper
So
to read other reports, sorry.
that's okay. So each day you will have access to that page, and again you will see again our intention is the first part, then the process of generative conversation, just a reminder, and then you will see that each day you will find that there is one group with one person that is the facilitator with a Zoom link. We will when we'll have them, and a link to the report from the group. So each day you can have access to each report, and at the same time, as we were saying, if you don't feel like you're contributing, or if you don't feel like you're interested in one of the group, you can move on to another group following these links. If you want to go into group 2, if you want to go into group 3, 4, etc., you go to that day 1, group 3, day 1, group 2 to know what link to follow. And these links will be shared here. So go here, click, and you will enter a new Zoom room with a new conversation that you feel interested to, that you can contribute to.
Yes, because as for the open space technology, we have three rules. We have the 2 feet rule, we have the bee rule, and we have the butterfly rule. So Jean-François, can you explain us a little more?
So that's another way to say that sometimes people are bees. They want to, we say in French, polliniser. I don't know how to say that. You know, the kind of bees that bring their what they have taken from flowers and bring some that to another flower. And if you sometimes people feel like bees, they want to move from one flower to the other, meaning they want to move from one room to the other room, from one generative conversation to the other generative conversation. And that's okay. That's part of the open space technology process. Another thing that you want to say something, Elizabeth?
I just was searching the word is pollinizing.
Pollinizing, yeah, thank you. And another way to be is also like being a butterfly. Sometimes you may want to take a break from just generative conversation, or you want to move outside and have a solo discussion with someone that was part of the group, and that's okay too. So be at ease either by going in other subgroups, in other Zoom meetings, or be at ease to move away from the discussion and just take a break and have a discussion with someone that was part of the room. So the 2 feet is that rule is that if you don't contribute or if you don't feel like you're learning something, don't stay. Feel free to move on and move to another group, or be a butterfly and move out of the discussions. That's okay. It's really part of the process, and that's the beauty of the process.
And you will find our wonderful bees and butterfly and feeds on your folders, of course.
Yeah. So basically, that's what you need to know to go through the process of the generative conversation. So be aware of the rules, be aware of the process, know that there will be a report so you won't miss anything. And what we haven't said yet is that every generative conversation will be recorded. So this is really something you'll be at ease if you feel like you're missing out or something. No, they will be recorded and they will be shared after the conference. So be at ease with that. Then you will have each day access to this document, day 1, day 2, day 3, so that you can really have a map of where to go with what subject on what Zoom room link and where the report is.
Yeah.
Elizabeth?
And day after day, of course, you will have access to the reports of the conversations, and as soon as you wish, and you can read all what that you want to read, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for your attention. We're looking forward to having more topics for our generative conversations. We are looking also to have you on these conversation and really receive your contribution. The topics are already amazing, and
Yeah.
we have some great hopes for these discussions.
And don't forget, Jean-François and I will be with you, online with you, and we can help you, of course, with the technical support or whatever you need. We will be present in the same time like you.
Yeah. So enjoy this conference. Go through the process maybe beforehand. And so if you have any questions like on Tuesday or Wednesday or even on Thursday, come back to us and we'll explain and we help you move through the process to make it flowing and easy for you.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye. Take care.